welcome back to Weird Sports Facts. I'm Will Haupert.
And I'm Ethan Storey.
In a 220-0 game, Georgia Tech beat Cumberland on October 7th, 1916. What would happen if a team scored like that today?
That is interesting, Will.
Like, what college team could do that? Alabama?
Alabama, Clemson, Notre Dame. Maybe three that could be able to do it.
Could do it, and that would be against a bad team because with the way they do it today, I don't think there's any way something like that could happen. And if it did, I think people would be all over that, and it would get people involved in the sport because people like scoring. That's what people like to see.
And nowadays, it's all about defense.
Yeah, all about defense, yeah.
So it would be impossible to score that many points. That's very good.
Yeah. Did you know kite flying is a professional sport in Thailand? How cool would that be to see? Professional kite flying, different kites, different shapes, more color.
How do they judge that?
Yeah, how do they judge that? Do they go by, how long it's in the air? That would be really cool to see, and let alone just travel to Thailand to see that. I don't know, what season does that take place in? Because you got to have perfect wind for that.
Maybe mid-spring, something like that?
Mid-spring,
yeah.
Maybe fall, when it's windy, yeah.
Because you wouldn't want to do that in the winter when it's snowing and things like that. That would be terrible conditions.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. The longest tennis match took place in 2010 at Wimbledon. John Isner of the United States beat Nicolas Mahut of France. The match lasted 11 hours and took 3 days to accomplish. Oh my gosh, running around back and forth hitting that ball, that's impressive. You got to have a lot of stamina for that.
Now, do they take breaks during those 5 hours and 11 minutes?
Yeah, they take breaks, but even then, taking breaks, that's hardcore workout for 3 days straight. And you're thinking your opponent's in your head. Because tennis isn't that's a hard sport to just win at, but let alone do it for that long. That's crazy going back and forth hitting it.
That's a very good point. What happens to the fans at that point, Will? What do they do? Do they just sit up there in the stands?
Yeah. Do they invite fans back? I mean, I would it would take a while, but that 11th day, and how happy were the fans after?
Personally, could you go to your hotel, go get a snack to eat, and come back?
Probably.
Just save your ticket.
Probably.
The home team must provide the referee 36 footballs for each National Football League game.
Why? So my question is, if they supply them with 36, why can't fans keep them when they hit it into the stands? They kick a ball into the stands or they toss it in the stands. A lot of times they take them away from them.
I don't know. Well, normally when you go up there, you would see the security guards or the referees want to go up in there, but a team manager would go up there and get them. Even if it's to a little kid, they just go up there and snatch it from them.
But why do they need 36? I obviously get, maybe to keep them in case harsh conditions like rain, snow, they're really affecting the ball, so keep them, they get a towel, wipe them down, everything. I mean, it seems like 10 would be good enough for a team to have to complete a game. The Philippines has competed in the most Summer Olympics. They've competed in 20 Olympics without winning a gold medal. That's crazy considering Michael Phelps is ranked 9th all-time on gold medals won. And if Michael Phelps was a country, the dude would be ranked 11th all-time in he'd be ranked all-time in gold medals for a country if him himself was a country.
So you're telling me that they've competed 20 times, haven't won a single medal each time?
No. Isn't that crazy?
That is very interesting.
That's like competing in 20 championships like the Bills, and they competed in 4 straight Super Bowls and didn't win one. We'll be right back with a commercial break.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back to Weird Sports Facts. This is a show where me and Ethan Storey, this is my co-host Ethan Storey, we talk about weird sports facts, and we just like to talk about sports and finding the weird stuff in sports that make people enjoy sports a little bit more.
Our job is to find the weirdest sports we can and bring them to you.
That's right, so you can learn and so can we, because knowledge is power, weird or not. Did you know history was made when the Dodgers and Braves have the lowest age in a starting pitcher in a Game 7 game in the playoffs? Game 7, that's a winner take all. That's like a championship game. It's like in the NFL, it's the semifinals. You got to win a game. You are putting your faith in two young players, both 22 years old. That's a combined 44 age. Like, some people are 44 in the MLB.
That is very shocking. Will. I don't know much about baseball. Can you elaborate on that a little bit more?
Yeah. So like baseball is such a old school sport that normally people put their faith in older guys because they feel like they're going to get the job done. But they're trying to get so much more fans involved, and fans like the young guys, the young up and coming guys, the stars that like do stuff that'll make people wow. They'll say wow, and that's what they did. Those two pitchers did in that game. It happened a while ago, and the Dodgers actually ended up winning that game and winning the championship against the Tampa Bay Rays. It was a good postseason. I'm happy for the MLB for getting it done because obviously with COVID times it's hard to get any sport done, and the MLB kind of took the lead on that and got it done.
Did you watch the game, Will?
I did watch the game. It was a great game. The Rays ended up winning, or the Dodgers ended up winning in 6 games, and Clayton Kershaw, he got a ring, and he was notoriously known for being not someone who can get it done in the playoffs. So I'm very happy for him that he.
So put your faith in the young guy. 60% of basketball players go broke within 5 years.
Oh my gosh, 5 years?
5 years.
How much they get paid?
You gotta think they get paid millions, Will.
They get paid millions, and the minimum people making the professional level, $800,000. Storey, what would you do with $800,000?
Probably buy a boat, a big boat.
What do you name it?
I don't know. That's a good question, Will. What would you name What would you name whatever you got?
I would probably name it Lost at Sea because if I had a boat, I'd be on the sea and I'd never come back.
That makes a lot of sense. You are a Dolphins fan, after all.
So where does that money go?
You got to think. A lot of people might spend their money in charity or things like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they would spend their money in charity. It would be the right thing to do. But they're probably all just like blowing it on cars, houses, maybe even their parents.
Yeah. Because you're thinking if you had $800,000, you like as a kid you want to spend it, and some of those guys are young and they don't know what they're doing. I actually heard a story about Shaq. His card got declined because he just got drafted. He spent all of his money at Walmart, and his card got declined, and he couldn't pay for all the stuff that he got, even though he just gotten drafted and gotten paid.
So you're telling me he just got drafted and he got paid all that money, and as he blew that much money at Walmart.
He did blow that much money at Walmart.
What can you buy at Walmart that's that expensive?
You can't buy
50 TVs?
50 TVs.
A couple little Power Reels and everything?
How much food can we buy with that?
Probably
How much carts can be filled? The first intercollegiate baseball game was played in 1859, and the score was 73-32. Storey, how do you score 73-52 in baseball?
It's home run after home run after home run.
Because back then they probably weren't playing with fences; they were playing with broomsticks and socks. So imagine playing with broomsticks and socks. You versus me, we're battling it out.
You'd probably still win, Will.
I'd probably still win?
You'd probably still win.
I would sure hope so, because, yeah. And so they probably didn't play defense at all.
No, they probably just stood there,
defense.
just stood around, just watched it.
Yeah. I mean, pitcher with a sock rolled up. It'd be cool to see. You think about how advanced sports have come. We went from a sock with baseball to an actual ball, leather, and nice wood bats, and they were just playing with broomsticks and socks back then.
Now, what are bats made of today? I know that, do they allow metal bats in the MLB?
Not in the MLB. They just strictly are wood, but in college and younger levels, all like college and down, they're all
How
metal.
often is it for players to break bats?
Pretty often. It happens a lot.
That's
Especially when they snap them over the knee.
Oh, do they when they get angry?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Like Bo Jackson, he would snap a bat over his head. It was, I've seen videos of it. Obviously, I wasn't around to see Bo Jackson. But, yeah.
They just have baseball bats down there standby, just waiting for them?
Yep. They got a lot of baseball, and they just grab pine tar the thing up, and get back on it.
Tua Tagovailoa became the first lefty starting quarterback since 2015. He started playing last Sunday.
Yeah. Tua started playing, and I'm happy to see him because I'm a Dolphins fan. I'm really happy to see someone with like different. Why aren't there lefty quarterbacks in the NFL?
It's just maybe harder, you could say.
Yeah.
I mean, well, can you throw a football with your left hand?
No, I can't.
Not accurate at all.
But did you know that Tua actually grew up? He's a right-handed guy, but his father forced him to throw with his left hand.
Does his father just want him to be unique?
Yeah, his father was left-handed, so that's why he wanted him to be left-handed. We'll be right back after a commercial break. Welcome back to Weird Sports Facts. You know, we do this show because we love sports. Storey, what's your favorite team?
Are you asking like college football?
Yeah, college football.
College
What's your favorite
football
team?
will definitely be the Georgia Bulldogs.
You love to see him play?
Yes, I do.
That's why we do it. We love to talk about sports. We love to talk. We love to argue. And we just wanted to see the weird stuff that we could come up with and we could find that we could share to other people because we love talking about stuff like this.
Not only we're informing you about weird sports facts, we're also teaching everybody. Like, well, when we started this, did you know that Georgia Tech scored 220 points and nothing?
You know, I didn't even know that was possible. I didn't even think like anything like that could ever happen. And it's just cool to see you just try to put yourself in those people's shoes. You wish you were at that game. You wish you could see 220 to nothing game.
That is a very shocking game, to be completely honest with you.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'd love to see it. Did you know the state sport of Alabama is figure skating?
Really?
It's a warm state. It's a warm state, and they skate. Obviously, they skate inside, but
You would think that college football might be over figure skating.
yeah. Considering the number one team in the country.
Expecting the reputation Alabama has.
But hey, maybe figure skating's cool to see. Maybe we should watch it sometime. And maybe you should watch it sometime.
I don't know if I'll take you up on that offer, Will.
A race car with a wood-burning engine finished third in the 1927 Indianapolis 500.
Are you kidding me?
Wood-burning engine. What did they do? Just refill it with wood. You get back on the course. Keep racing.
That is surprising. So you're telling me it was basically like a wood burner engine? All they just kept is burning it?
Yeah. Have you ever been to a race?
Been to a race?
Yeah.
I've been to
race?
multiple races. Not one where there's a wood-burning engine. Is
I
that
mean,
legal nowadays?
I'm sure it was legal in 1927, but I'm sure you wouldn't get far very much today. What's the
No.
environment like at a racing event?
Very, very loud. Very loud. People get aggressive sometimes, like if your driver wrecked or certain things like that. But overall, it's fun. It's enjoyable.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
So is it kind of like I run cross country? Is it kind of like a cross country race? You never know who's gonna win.
No, like people start in the very last, and like you could be running like P32, and like you could win the first place by the end. Like Kyle Busch, for instance, in the 2002 Daytona 500, he started in P32, which is 32nd place, and he won by he won the race at the end, and he got into 6 accidents.
6 accidents?
6 crashes, yes.
Do they replace the car? What do they do? Replace it with parts?
You're only allowed one car during this is a NASCAR race. You're only allowed one car. You could have different. Fun fact: you can have different drivers swapping in and out of the race as it goes.
So if a driver gets tired or
Yeah, if the driver gets tired or overheated or is exhausted or dehydrated,
Yeah.
you could have like your lower class driver hop in and take the wheel for a little bit.
is that common? Or do drivers normally drive the whole race?
Normally when it's hot outside and it's really gloomy or things like that, drivers can get under the weather and it's not bad, but sometimes it's happened in the past, so it just depends on how the weather is.
Cool. Boxing legend Rocky Marciano invented the fax machine. So boxing legend, you were thinking like guys like Muhammad Ali, guys like that, and they're inventing the fax machine. If you could come up with an invention, what would it be?
Definitely a bigger toaster.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
A bigger like a toaster that could easily make like 12. That could seat 12 toasts.
Yeah,
or
12 toasts.
Yeah.
Automatically butters them.
Mhm. Now, Will, are you a toaster strudel or a toast kind of guy?
I'm a toast kind of guy. I like toast.
I prefer toaster strudel.
Toaster strudel.
Toaster
What's your
strudels.
favorite flavor?
Definitely cherry with
Cherry.
icing on top. Yeah.
Well, who's your favorite boxer? Do you know any boxers?
It would definitely be Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali?
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite, I like Conor McGregor. I just love the guy's swagger. I love the way he talks.
Yeah, you walk like him a lot,
I
Will.
walk like him a lot.
Yeah.
I like to have the confidence that he has. He's a good guy. Good guy. Studies show high school tennis players score significantly lower on math tests. It is assumed because of the sport's illogical 15, 30, 40 scoring system. So the scoring system in tennis is obviously different from other sports.
Yeah.
And people perform worse in math.
So just don't play tennis.
Just don't play tennis.
Just don't play tennis. Play football. Play basketball. Don't run cross country. Run cross country.
Do whatever sport you want. Whatever sport. But just know if you're in tennis, you might score significantly lower on a math test. Storey, why do you think that is? Obviously because of the scoring system, but do you think
Maybe
there's a
because
deeper meaning?
they're calculating things different, like as they're going along. Maybe I don't know, Will.
Or is it just a coincidence?
Maybe it's just a coincidence.
According to the official Major League Baseball rulebook, baseball games are to last 9 innings or 2.5 hours, whichever one comes first. Storey, baseball games can sometimes go to 4 hours. So if it's in the rulebooks, why don't they follow it?
I don't know. Maybe rules are meant to break. I mean, they think they can do what they want, maybe.
Yeah, rules are changing every day in every sport. Do you think there's a rule change in a sport like football that should happen?
Personally, yeah, I feel like the stiff arm shouldn't be allowed. Because defenders can't grab onto a face mask and pull them down, but like a running back can shove a defender's face down, and it's just not right.
Well, a rule change in baseball, I would like a universal DH. They tried it out this year. A DH is a person that hits for the pitcher. It's called a designated hitter. And in the National League, which there's 2 leagues, the National League, there's still pitchers that they hit. And it just doesn't make sense to me because they're just meant to pitch, and they're basically an automatic out, which annoys me. But they tried the universal DH this year, and I really hope they add it to the whole thing because I feel like that would make baseball a lot more enjoyable because they're trying to add younger fans. Just like sports like football. Why is football so popular now? Football is so up and coming. It's America's game.
It's just, I don't know. Well, the newer generations are starting to watch it. Like me and you, we're growing up with like Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, like Joe Burrow, for instance, as quarterbacks.
They're all
like,
changing the game.
Exactly. Like everybody was just like in the last couple of years was just run heavy defense. Now the NFL is turning into a big passing league.
As much as people hate change, people love to see it, especially in sports. They just love something different. They love a new look. Did you know that NCAA required college football players to study during halftime until 1925? So you were playing a game, you were all focused on the game, and then you got to go in and study.
You're telling me they went in after the game during halftime and they had to sit there and bust open the old study book?
Study books, yeah. You know, coach gets some writing on the chalkboard, coming up
He's
with
teaching
math
a
problems.
lesson.
So, Storey, what would it be like for you guys if you had to learn math during halftime of your football games?
It would definitely be to learn how to count by 2.
How to count by 2.
Because football teams going on 2 is a big thing in the league, so that would be a big struggle.
Gotcha. We'll be right back after another commercial break.
Is the discipline of hard numbers, precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to get messy or just mess it up. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to try. Dare to fail. Dare to keep daring. Dare to learn the difference between organic, sedimentary, and non-foliated metamorphic rock. Get outside, find those rocks. Dare to be homeroom famous, a high school fable. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. And for the love of STEM, dare bigger. Dare to code, dare to invent, dare to explore, dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Welcome back to Weird Sports Facts. Did you know that the Houston Rockets did not discover until the 14th game of the 1984-85 NBA season that their home arena rims were set at 9 feet 7 inches, not 10? 9 feet 7 inches. You know that doesn't seem like a difference, just 3 inches, but it can make a huge difference. They throw off the game. It's just like in football. If you move the goalpost to the right a few inches, left a few inches, shorten it a few inches, you shorten the touchdown a few inches. How many, it just changes the game.
Now, did they purposely move the rims, or was it just set there by coincidence?
It was probably set by coincidence because you can't, that's just a mistake.
You got to think that must have ruined players' stats.
It probably
Because,
did.
a 5'10" guy could have got 6 dunks in that game.
6 dunks.
You know, a 5'10" guy can't dunk on a 10-foot rim. I don't know. Maybe he could, but
Maybe he could.
back then it's not likely.
Spud Webb, smallest guy to ever dunk, 5'9". Small guy.
Tiny guy.
Tiny, yeah. 5'9", and you dunking.
He dunked on a 10-foot?
Yeah.
Really?
In the NBA, yeah.
Huh.
It is customary for jockeys to be paid in coins, no matter how large their winnings. So, you do a good job, you just won a championship or something, you win a big cross-country race, and you just get paid in coins. Gold coins, silver coins.
I think I'd rather have cash.
Same. Cash money,
Preferably, yeah. Like transporting. Why would you, you want to go up to, the bank, and you want to deposit all your money.
Yeah.
And you just roll up with, 16 wheelbarrows of coins.
16 wheelbarrows of coins,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You know, embarrassing that would be? Yeah, I need you to deposit these for me.
That would be cool to see. The Stanley Cup was originally 2 stories tall, but was deemed too difficult to transport. So the trophy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Lombardi Trophy, the NFL trophy, 2 stories high.
That is way too tall, Will.
2 stories high.
Imagine being the guy to knock it over.
Oh my, could you knock that? There's no way you're knocking that, but you can't transport it. So what do? The team that wins, they just go up, they take a picture, have their picture in the paper, their moms cut it out, put it on the fridge, and then they go on with life.
Yeah.
You don't have that, trophies are, that's the symbol. That's what you work for in sports. And I guess the bigger they are, the better they are.
I don't know if I would want a big trophy like that, Will. In 2008, Michael Vick's prison football team went 3-5.
So when Michael Vick was in prison, he made an intramural football team, and they went 3-5.
Who do they play?
I guess they play the other inmates. I mean, there's probably some scary guys in there. But Michael Vick's a quick guy.
Yeah. He was a sneaky quarterback. All he did was run.
Yep. Speaking of which, he was a lefty, just like Tua.
Now, was Tua the newest lefty quarterback since Michael Vick?
No, he is not. Michael Vick, since 2015,
all right.
Tua's the only lefty quarterback. Michael Vick retired before that. We'll see you next time with a commercial break.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We had this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day. He's an incredible companion and my best friend.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer. It's a sensory thing. It's a thing with Asperger's.
I've seen adults react to my daughter when she has meltdowns, like she's from a different planet. And this little animal just sat next to my child and was just like, it's gonna be cool.
When I retired from the Navy, I found myself on a void in my life that had been filled by the people that I served with. Tommy really brought an important factor to my life. I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
Did you know that most of the broken baseball bats are sent to third world country where they're used as crew weapons?
Same with championship T-shirts. The championship T-shirts for the team that doesn't win, they're sent to third world countries too for people to wear, and that's cool to see. You love to see that. I'm sure it happens in a lot of sports.
So you're telling me, like, if I went to a third world country, I could be going around and it could be like maybe the Patriots. It could be like Super Bowl championship, but the Patriots didn't win that year.
The Patriots didn't win that year, yeah. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting. Don't you think that's false advertisement?
Kind of. The Olympics, a multi-sport international event for monkeys, was held every 4 years from 1952 to 1960. The Olympics.
I'm speechless on that. Can you elaborate?
Monkey Olympics.
That is.
How do you train the monkeys to do that? You gotta be something you do.
Monkey see, monkey do. I don't know. You just have one follow the other.
What does the winner get?
Bananas? I don't know.
Yeah,
what they do?
bananas.
Just throw bananas at each other?
Oh my gosh, I would love to see that.
Golf balls were originally made from dried cow eyeballs.
Dried cow eyeballs. That's cool to see because it's like so much stuff in sports is made from animals. So like a dried cow eyeball, and you're just hitting it with a golf ball. What was the club?
I don't know if that would be very. I don't know. I don't think I could personally go around just knocking a little cow eyeball around.
It's crazy. Hockey legend Gordie Howe suffers from cryophobia, the extreme fear of cold and ice. Cold and ice.
So you're telling me he's a hockey player and he's scared of cold and ice?
It's like being a football player afraid of grass.
That is.
You're playing on ice, so it's good to overcome fears. So obviously, I'm sure it helped him. The grass at Wimbledon was kept 2 inches long until 1949, when an English player was bitten by a snake.
A snake.
A snake.
So you're telling me they kept the grass 2 inches high until we got bit by a snake?
Yeah, 2 inches high. So the grass is right there. You can't see a snake coming, and then boom, it bites you. I mean, I'm sure he played through it and obviously got through it, but that's still scary because you don't know what could happen. No Olympic steeplechase silver medalist, male or female, has lived past the age of 41. So you don't live past the age of 41? That's crazy.
Maybe it's just does the sport put that much on you?
Yeah, I guess. Because athletes, they probably don't live as long as normal people. A lot of them get injured, tough injuries. But the healthy ones, obviously, they make it past. So it's cool to see what athletes can do and what they can set records for and what we can learn about, new things. So it's cool to see the weird sports facts that athletes can bring us and sports can bring us. So what was your favorite fact here today?
My favorite fact would definitely be the 220-0 Georgia Tech game.
Knowledge is power.
Weird or not.
We'll see you next time on WSF.
Weird sports facts.